What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Gifted by God's Ministries, and we back here in nature. Sun gazing. We back here in nature, back here with another banger, man. And we have to drop this video for y'all real quick. Today's topic on this beautiful day, man, we're just going to be talking about spiritual warfare and how to be spiritually aligned and get right with God, and just to look out for the traps and the attacks that come from the enemy. So today's topic, man, I know we're gonna kind of be all over the place, but I just kind of want to get to the gist of it. Basically, man, our topic is, like I said, we'll be talking about spiritual warfare, attacks and what to expect from the enemy, and basically just how you know that you're leveling up and how to get closer with God and be spiritually aligned. So we could just talk about first, the spiritual warfare that goes on. Most of my videos already covered this, but like I said, as you can see, we're in our last days. The world has been getting wicked by the day and by the hour. And as we continue down this last days on this, path that the chosen ones, the gifted ones are on, as the economy is getting worse, the cost of living is getting higher. Right now, Mother Nature, the cosmos, the planet, it's in a re-cleanse staging mode right now. It's in a re-cleanse mode right now, where the earth is being re-cleansed. You see, we're having these solar flares from the source, from the sun, and the sun is getting closer to earth. They like to call it global warming. The end times, the prophecies are being carried out from the Bible. And because of that, their system, their matrix system that they created, the beast system, it's breaking, it's crumbling, and it's been crumbling and breaking since the pandemic. During the pandemic, obviously they had this already planned out. So they had a backup emergency systems already in place to try to keep the system going. And as you saw, America, the whole wide world, they conformed to that emergency system. But now that system is out of funding. That system is also being crumbled and corrupted. And so the elites, AKA the government, AKA the 13 bloodlines, the ones in power that are under the devil and under, the controller, the ruler who rules this world, they've been basically, all preparing, with these underground bunkers and preparing with these, these fake news articles, their agenda 2030, with the President Trump and the shadow government and the economy with the recession and everything that's going on and taking place, and the wars that are going on that we're hearing about. So they've already been planning, everything. You got to understand, us chosen ones, us gifted ones, and even the regular people that are waking up in this economy, everyone's starting to see the truth. Everyone's starting to see the truth in the world for what it's been and what type of timing they've been on. These mad shadow governments and governments, they're all corrupted. They're all ran by Satan. And, like I said, Satan's time is up. The devil's time is up. Zeus's time is up. And so because his time is up, his people that he put in power for only a short amount of time, their time is up. And they know their time is up. That's why they give us predictive programming in these movies and the Bible and everything, and the fake news and everything. And so everything is starting to carry out as planned. And but they're running out of time. They thought they were going to have till 2030, but they won't even have till 2030, because we see how the world is pretty much going to shit this year and the previous years. So they're trying to hold up the world as much as they can, and we're all not gonna hold it up with them. We need to be spiritually aligned. We need to rebuke these evil people. We need to rebuke this evil world, and we need to work against the world and bring the world back to its rightfully spiritually alignment ascension. So that's what this video is about everybody getting spiritually aligned, being spiritually woke, being in the right energies and the right chakras to be able to move on with this new world. Because you have to understand, y'all, that we're going through a transition period in the galaxy, in the cosmos, in the universe, and in these worlds and in these realms. So basically, the spiritual world has now crossed over into the physical world. That's why it's been a lot of paranormal activity and just a lot of, portals and stuff that's been opened up because of CERN and these mad, crazy scientists, but that's another topic for another day. But because of that, and because of these other things that these governments have been doing, like creating these underground bunkers and these aliens, and they're always creating these plagues and these viruses, it's all for control, because you have to understand that these crazy people that are, with the devil, they know that their time is up, and they're trying to bring as many people with them, down with them as they can, which is why they came out with COVID, because obviously COVID wiped out a lot of people. And you heard Bill Gates say that they've been trying to figure out how to block the sun, because the sun is what charges us up. That's why I'm always in nature. I'm always in the sun. The sun is what, keeps us live, and what feeds the planet and feeds Mother Nature. So they're always trying to block the sun. They're always, trying to spray these chemtrails in the sky to block the frequencies, because you have to understand, most of these people of the matrix, of the system, of the beast system, of the matrix, they're not real anyway. Most of them are reptilians. They're mock synthetic clones. Most of them are vampires, energy vampires. A lot of them, if they aren't that, they're demons or they're robots. So they can't take the sun. They can't take the new frequencies and energies that have been coming onto the planet from the solar flares and the solar waves. And so because of that, they can't take that, and they hate to see us chosen ones, us people of melanin, waking up to the truth, and we're actually being activated every day. That's why it's important to get out here in the sun, take off your shoes, plant on the ground, plant your feet on the ground, and just get planted in the soil and planted in Mother Nature. Because as you see, we're waking up consciously, but also our bodies, our avatars are being charged as well. And so that's why I say they're always trying to stop us people from being charged, because you have to understand is, before we ascended on this reality, because this is a prison planet. This is what this is. It's been a prison planet. Will it be a prison planet forever? No. That's why it's a time to be alive, y'all, because right now we're in the Great Awakening, and we're also in the solar plexus. And so everything is starting to align. The sun, the moon, the frequencies, the energies, the planets, everything is in alignment right now, spiritually and physically. And so it's a time to be alive, especially if you can survive in these last days, is because we have to endure to the end so that there can be a new beginning. As I told y'all, that this world, because of Adam and Eve and because of the other forefathers before us, they created a 6,000 year curse over the planet and over this realm. And so we're finally getting out of that curse. We're finally getting away from that. And, Satan, he knows his time is up. He knows his time is over with. So because of that, he's trying to, misery likes company. He's trying to bring all the people that are awake or not awake with him, right? And so it's important that you guys wake up. It's important that you guys, start fasting and start getting right with God, because the Most High God and the angels, they will be returning. They will blow the trumpets any day, and they will be returning. The rapture will happen, and us chosen ones, us gifted ones, we will be saved, but we will also be called to fight as well, so that we can take this planet back, so that we can take this universe and this, this world back on this realm. Because if we can take it back, then we can take control and rewrite history so that it doesn't repeat itself. So right now, it's very important that us people stay spiritually aligned and stay woke, and that we cut from our old ways, because it's so easy to get distracted and caught up in the matrix and caught up in the glimmers and glamours of the world, because people are so conformed to the world still being the same, but it's not. The world has changed. If y'all haven't seen that the world has changed in the last 2-3 years, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay, but like I said, these governments, they're trying to kill off as many people as they can. That's why they're going to be introducing these new IDs. All they want to do is control. Okay, they thought COVID was going to control people. Not everybody conformed. I didn't get that damn jab. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak on that, because you know that there's always shadow banning stuff, but I didn't get that injection. You know what I'm saying? So because a lot of people didn't get it, they're the ones that are waking up, and they're the ones that's getting superpowers and getting God-like capabilities, slowly but surely. The people who did take it, I'm gonna pray for you, man, because you know you had a lot of people that conform to the system and got that mark of the beast. And you have to understand that the Antichrist is returning if it's not already here, because the Antichrist is probably AI or something else, you know. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But basically, the people who got the jab, they pretty much said, hey, government, you can control us. And the people who didn't get the jab, they're the ones that are waking up. So what happened was the government was like, damn it, we need more people to control. This is not enough control for us to carry out our agenda for 2030. So now they're gonna come out with a new, you know, a new problem to introduce their control solution. That's how the government works. That's how they've always been. Like I told y'all, most of the stuff that they do, the events, they're fake, they're scripted. They're all just good actors. And all they do is, you know, they sacrifice their own people for new control. So basically what's gonna happen is from now to 2030, they're trying to introduce the New World Order. They're trying to do the 2030 agenda. They're gonna introduce some new COVID, some new plagues, some new sicknesses among the world, all to control people, to get them to take the new you know, virus shot, and also to get people to conform to the smart cities and conform to that new identification, so that they can be able to track and control people. That's all it's about to them, you know. Babylon is a government agency that's ran by the devil, and we're just their sheep to them. So they're always trying to control and move the cattle as much as, you know, that, you know, as much as that truth hurts, it's the truth, y'all. And so I definitely encourage y'all, if you can, get out of America while you can. For the people that can't afford to or can't, like me, you know, we're just gonna have to build and pray and stay prayed up and just stay watchful. But now that you know the agenda, my message to y'all, man, y'all stay wise, y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed.